I'm Brian Himmelman, and I'm from Halifax, Nova Scotia. I'm a certified financial planner, and I own a wealth management firm here in Halifax, and I also volunteer with the Mental Health Foundation in Nova Scotia. My earliest memory with the Porsche brand is probably in movies in the 70s and 80s. As a kid, they were always sort of showing Porsches going up through the canyons and the mountains in California and racing along through the twisty turns, and it kind of really stuck with me. As a child, I definitely dreamed of owning a Porsche. I had all kinds of small, dinky cars and models. Many of them were Porsches, and my favorite ones were the Porsches. They were the colorful cars with decals and stripes and numbers. So I guess subconsciously as an adult, I kind of moved in that direction. Both my cars are from the GT division of Porsche, or the Zevenhausen, Germany, and they're designed by the motorsports team. So even though they're road legal, they're designed for the racetrack. Sort of went backwards and regressed to childhood to those dinkies that I owned in those model cars. And one of my cars is white with green stripes and decals down the side. The other's silver with orange decals and orange wheels. So, certainly my cars are definitely unique to me and special to me. My relationship with Porsche started on my 30th birthday. I flew to Toronto. I was looking to reward myself and buy a fun car. I took out a red car, won't say the name, and they had to get the car ready for about 30 minutes. They didn't know it was going to work mechanically or not. And then I took out a black Carrera S Cabriolet 993, and it was a pretty easy decision. I bought the 911. A couple words come to mind in terms of emotions about Porsches. One is anticipation, and the other would probably be connection. So, if I know I'm going out on a Saturday morning and I'm meeting a few friends and it's midway through the week, I'm excited, I'm anticipating the fun of driving the car and the connection of getting together, and going for a drive. The connection goes with everything to do with the ownership and experience through Porsche Halifax, the Porsche Club. We have the Atlantic region here. There's so many meetups and events and socials with like-minded people who are passionate about the cars, and I think both anticipation of driving my cars and the connection I get from other people who feel the same way. What speaks to me most about Porsche is the motorsports and the racing pedigree and heritage. If you look back since the 1960s, Porsche have been probably the most successful car manufacturer brand in racing, and it creates an exciting connection to the brand. Of the cars I've owned, the Porsches in the past and current, probably my very first Porsche was the one that stands out the most to me. It was a 993 Carrera S Cabriolet, and acquiring the car at a relatively young age, and I felt like it was such a huge accomplishment for working hard. And then as years went on, I went into my family years and my kids growing up. The car was probably of lesser importance, and then now that they're grown, I've gone back to my passion, and I'm sort of back in the family with Porsche and couldn't be any happier. I think beyond driving the cars, the thing I enjoy the most about them is sharing them with others. So, it's whether we get up in the morning and we go for a drive and, a few friends, and we end up having coffee or breakfast together, and we talk about our cars and the engineering and the excellence that comes with Porsche. We all share a passion. So sharing it with others is probably the thing I enjoy the most. I think what inspired me to pursue my dreams is that as a child or as a kid, you're always seeing things and envisioning what things would be like and experiences and maybe owning things someday. So as you become an adult and you go into your career and you think about working hard and what success is, after you get past a point where your needs are looked after and you looked after the people you care about, then there's some extras or maybe rewards and things that can become hobbies. And I think that's how I feel about Porsche as a hobby or an experience and a reward. I stay motivated and focused on my dreams and goals by having visuals. Whether it be when I was in my 20s, I'd have a model of a car on my desk at my office of something I wanted to drive or aspire to have someday. Photos, I always kept photos of things that I wanted to see have happened in the future. And even today, I've got a whole bunch of albums on my phone of screenshots and things of takes that sort of get me excited about things that could be in the future. So I would say to being visual. The piece of advice I'd share with other dreamers out there is just to start with the end in mind and know that the road that you're on is a road that can take you where you want to go towards these dreams. So if you work it all backwards, what the time cost is and the commitment and that it takes, you don't want to have all that, go down that road and have it not take you where you want to go. So start with the end in mind. There's definitely Porsche models on my bucket list, many actually. The 911R from 1967, the 1973 RS lightweight, the 2016 911R, the recreation of the 67, and there's a new car coming in 2024, the 911 ST, and they all share the same ethos, which is motorsports and maximum lightweight. And I've tried to modify my existing cars to some changes that I've made to follow that ethos.